Alrighty everybody, how are we all going? Welcome back. Got some more Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 for all of you, and this one is going to be level number 14, Hogsmeade. Now this is story mode, so we're just getting through the level. We got a couple lessons and spells we're going to learn beforehand, but you'll notice True Wizard 50,000, we are going to fall short of that, and you'll also notice we are going to be picking up the achievement / trophy for Ghostly Treasure, so finally we're getting that one for collecting all those ghost stones. But anyways folks, we are going to get it started with a cutscene.
No? Huh? Huh? Hey.
And alrighty, here we are loading into Hogwarts for the first time in this third year. We spent the previous level in the Hogwarts Express. But anyways, we're going to walk up these stairs, head through the doorway, and another cutscene.
Huh? Uh-oh.
So here we go, now learning our newest spell, which is actually called Ridiculous, which is definitely a ridiculous spell. So I'm sure you all remember the scene from the Prisoner of Azkaban, assuming you've seen it, which very good movie if you haven't seen it, by the way. Probably my favorite of the Harry Potter movies. Anyways, you'll probably remember that scene where they were doing that lesson where their biggest fear would jump out of the box and they'd have to cast Ridiculous on it to create them, or like make their worst fears into some sort of like goof. So you notice here, we're using Ron to blast Ridiculous on these spiders, which is putting them in roller skates, which is actually a callback to the movie, of course. And as we all know, Ron has a big fear of spiders, as we figured out when we got the arachnophobic achievement. But also Hermione, I think it was McGonagall that popped out with like a picture of a troll, because of course that troll attacked her back in year 1. So basically all we got to do here is just zap. So basically if you step up to the plate as Hermione, McGonagall with the picture of the troll will come out, and if you step up to the plate as Ron, the spider will come out. Use each of Ron and Hermione to zap the things, which are called boggarts. Use it 3 times with each of them, and that'll get Ridiculous learned. So that's the newest spell added to the spell wheel. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the kind of right side of this area, and you'll notice a boggart chest. So step up to it as either Ron or Hermione. Now Harry does not learn Ridiculous. He's going to learn another spell here in a little bit. So you have to use Ron or Hermione with Ridiculous. But anyways, zap the spider or whatever you got from the boggart with Ridiculous. Pick up the key. Then we'll head outside here, and you'll notice after collecting a few of those ghost stones, we actually get the Ghostly Treasure achievement, so that's great. Then we're going to use Leviosa on those flower pots way down the vines, then we'll head through and another cutscene.
Huh?
So, we now have the Ghostly Treasure achievement / trophy unlocked, which is very exciting. But anyways, we're now actually in a new lesson here. But rather than this being a spell, this is going to be some divination. So if you remember, this is the teacher that was doing all that like fortune telling kind of thing. That it was a bit of a weird kind of thing. But anyways, what we had to do was we had to use Leviosa on one of the mug cups in the middle, one of the mugs in the middle, to place on the plate. Then over here on the kind of right side of the area, zap away those little mugs. Then use Hermione to complete the kind of book puzzle there. Then that revealed some pieces. We'll build them up into the second mug, which we'll use Leviosa to place on the second plate. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to round up some studs. I was kind of running around a little bit confused as to where to go, but we kind of just jump around a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I don't know where to go. And then I notice it here. Yep, so here on the kind of like back right side, we zap away those smaller mugs. Then we zap open the cabinet there. Then build up the mug and we're going to be taken into another cutscene after getting that gold brick.
Oh. Hmm. Huh?
So I will say this level is very cutscene intensive. A lot of cutscenes in this one. But anyways, what we're going to do is outside in that courtyard area there, we're going to head through the back left passage, and then we'll make our way outside here into this other courtyard, then we'll head through this doorway, basically just kind of making our way around. Over here, we'll head through, which is going to take us out here. Then we'll head over to the right side, we'll head through this doorway, which obviously gets us outside to that bridge, which we will make our way across. And on the other end of it, we'll head through the doorway, of course. Then that obviously takes us outside to the outer grounds area. Then we'll make our way down the path here. And you'll notice Hagrid is here. So blast away these pumpkins, then head through past this gate, and cutscene time. And here we go, this is the third lesson of this level, so yeah, we are definitely doing a lot of things beforehand here in Hogwarts before this level. But anyways, what this is going to be is, this is Buckbeak handling, I think they end up calling it. Basically, Buckbeak is, I think it's a griffin, I think is what it's called. But basically, we need to feed it 3 bits of chicken, so 3 chicken legs is what we're trying to feed it. So for this first one, in the back of the area, which is in this like forest, we got to we had to zap some plants on the floor. Then we had to use Hermione to pull out Crookshanks, who is her cat, which we actually just unlocked in this kind of level. Like, Hermione hasn't had Crookshanks for the previous 2 years, but now she gets Crookshanks in year 3, so that's a new thing that she has. So Ron has Scabbers and Hermione has Crookshanks, so Crookshanks can dig. Then we'll dig up that ground there. We picked up the chicken leg, we took it over to the front left-hand side, we placed it on one of the plates. Then over here on the far right side of the area, we're going to zap away some of the plants to clear our path so we can pick up this chicken leg. Then we will pick it up and we will run it back to Mr. Buckbeak, who will surely be appreciative of some chicken. So we'll take that back to him, place it on the plate, and then we just got one more chicken leg to pick up. And I must say, this is sure getting me hungry. I'm not usually a fan of chicken or wings or chicken drumsticks or anything, but you know what? I might just be after seeing all this. But anyways, what we're going to do is over here, down in this ditch area, we got to use Crookshanks to dig up the ground, which will reveal some of those. I still don't know what they are. They look like little bark people, and they'll assemble into a ladder, which we can climb up to get up top here. And in this kind of middle island, we find the chicken leg. But before we actually go ahead and grab that, I head over here to the back, and I notice one of these boggart chests, which we need to use Ridiculous on. And then I try to bounce up that mushroom to get that blue stud up top, but the game is just not going in my favor. So anyways, I find this boggart, I zap it with a Ridiculous, we finally bounce up on top of that mushroom, get the blue stud up top there. And if you take out that boggart, it will actually reveal a purple stud and some blue, so definitely be sure to pick that up. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other things you could do to get some more studs in this one, but we just get that and we say call it a day. Then in the middle of that island, in the middle of the lake, pick up the chicken leg. Then we are going to run it back to Buckbeak here, and as soon as we place it on the plate, which we'll do any second here, it's going to take us away to yet another cutscene. And but yeah, Buckbeak handling is now complete, and that's going to get us another gold brick. But as promised, we do have a cutscene. Hagrid is in trouble because Buckbeak obviously attacked Draco, which, as much as he did deserve it, it was also, you know, kind of Hagrid's fault maybe because he's supposed to be handling Buckbeak a little bit better, but I mean, Draco was just being an idiot. Anyways, we are just going to head back through this bridge here, which is going to take us back through here, and just following Nearly Headless Nick, but of course, he is very, very slow in this game. But anyways, once we get into this corridor, we're going to make our way all the way over to the other end of it, over here on the left, and once we head through this doorway, we're going to be taken into, you guessed it, another cutscene.
Oh. Ooh.
So, since Harry did not have a guardian sign the Hogsmeade, like allowing thing, like, he hasn't been allowed to go to Hogsmeade because no one signed the, like, petition or whatever you want to call it. No one signed the form, if you will. So, we have Fred and George here who are going to show us a secret way to get into Hogsmeade. So anyways, what we're going to do here is in this kind of main lobby area, we actually took out a little pixie with a mobilist that was holding up a cabinet. Then once that dropped, it broke, and we built up the pieces into a polyjuice potion, which we're going to sip, and we're actually going to pick out Ron. Now, this may seem a little weird, but just trust me, you have to do it. And when we get up here into this area, which is of course the entrance to the Great Hall, over here on the left, use Leviosa to place the arms on that knight. Then you'll notice a little tube here, and neither Fred nor George or Harry has any pet they can use to put through the tube, so you have to use Ron, or Hermione would actually work with Crookshanks. But anyways, you've got to use him, push down the head, use Leviosa to place it on top, and then we are going to pick up some studs, then we'll head through this doorway, and another cutscene. Jeez, there's been a lot into this level. So now here we are finally in the level. We had a ton of in-between stuff we had to do there in Hogwarts. That was like the most we've had to do in Hogwarts before we actually get into the level. So this is gonna end up being one of the longer levels. But anyways, you had to use Lumos there to clear away some of those tentacle-looking plants, and then over here we had to, I think we used a Mobilus to zap a Pixie, which dropped that little platform. Then use Leviosa to place on one of the pink panels. Then you also noticed we kind of picked one out that we couldn't see, or we picked one up with Leviosa that we couldn't really see off here off to the right. Place both of them on the little pink pads, then jump across to this kind of middle little island. Then we had to use Leviosa to place them back over on the right there, so we could jump across here. And once we get over here, use Leviosa on that like 1,000-kilogram weight, which is a lot, and that'll weigh down the bridge, which will allow us to get across. Then we'll use Leviosa on these two torches to take out the tentacle plants that are too high for us to use Lumos on them. So then we'll head across here, make sure to grab those blue studs at the front, because they are very, very valuable. Then over here on the right, we're going to use Ridiculous, and just a reminder, Harry has not learnt Ridiculous, not yet at least. We'll see all that unfold here in due time. But anyways, once you've used Ridiculous, use Leviosa to pull down that that little, like, I don't know what that is, like a little rope thing. Anyways, that'll unveil the curtains. Then what we're going to do here is there are 3 items. There's a cake, a painting, and a flower. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put, basically you'll notice there are 3 faces, and on each of the faces, one of the body parts is kind of emphasized. So on the one where the mouth is emphasized, put the cake. When the eyes are emphasized, put the painting. And where the nose is emphasized, put the flowers. Hopefully that makes sense. Then that'll reveal some studs, then we'll head through, and then this has a little cutscene, but I mean this cutscene is way too short for me to worry about. It's just, again, one of those ones that's just kind of filler, doesn't really need to be here, and it's like 10 seconds long, so I'm just going to talk over it because, you know, I know I could have not said anything and it would have, you know, felt the same, but anyways, we're just going to not talk over it, you know. Anywho, continuing on, we're going to do some things in here, with Leviosa to get some extra studs, but most importantly, along the back kind of right side, use Leviosa to place that little pink box onto the kind of like weighted thing, or onto the scale, which weighs it down. That'll open up the door, so we can head through here, and in the front, we're going to use Leviosa to pull up the Christmas tree, which is very fitting because as I'm making this and as I'm going to upload this, it is very, very close to Christmas, which is very exciting. This level is a nice festive one, I guess, which is very cool. But anywho, what we're going to do is in the back there, that snowman is going to throw a snowball at that wizard who had a torch, and he's actually going to drop his torch before running back inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up his torch with Leviosa, and we are going to melt away this snow. But this one bit of snow was just not melting, so we moved out of the way, picked it up again, did it again, and it worked that time. Then what we're going to do is we're going to assemble these planks of wood into some kind of makeshift campfire in the back, and the torch will light it on fire, which will actually melt the snowman, because when faced with fire, snow melts, as you know. But anyways, then head through the rat here, and cutscene time. So now Fred and George have left us, but luckily we've got Ron and Hermione to come join us. But also joining us is Draco and Crab and Goyle. So Draco, obviously, as the evil dude he is, just a bit of a not nice guy, who got hit with Buckbeak earlier, but now is seeming to be kind of fine here in Hogsmeade. But anyways, what we're going to do is Draco is going to be zapping some snowballs at you. However, some of them are smaller, as you noticed there. That's just a smaller one, and it'll just hit you, so try to avoid it. But he's going to, every kind of like 4 snowballs he throws will be a little bit bigger, and it's more kind of sphere-like. And with that one, what you have to do is you have to use Leviosa to throw it back at him. So do that 3 times. Then what he's going to do is he's going to jump in the middle here, and he's going to build up a makeshift kind of igloo cannon-looking thing, which this just threw me off, because you know, this is just something they've added that was definitely not in the movie. But anyways, he's going to shoot some like snowball cannons from it, so use Leviosa to deflect it back at his cannon. Then it'll stuff it, and he'll shoot a very large snowball, which you got to deflect back to damage him. Then what we're going to do is we just got to do that 3 times, and then he shoots that big one, and it freaking hits Hermione because she gets in the way. So that's one thing I will say. Sometimes the AI partners really do get in the way, which is just not good. And then if you get too close, the big snowball's just going to end up hitting you. So I just was not having the best luck with this battle, I must say. I could have edited some of that out, but you know, I just thought I'd show you the struggles you may face. But anyways, again, it hits Hermione again. Like, come on, Hermione, get out of the way. Anyways, we're about to get him here. We throw one more at him, and that's going to take us to a cutscene. Whew, that could have been bad with Draco, but anyways, we're now here in this new area, which is actually the final area of this level, so this has been a long one. But anyways, what we're going to do here in the middle is you'll notice 3 Christmas trees. So zap the 3 of them, and they'll actually shoot up and knock the buddy that's up top flying a broomstick. You might not have seen him, but it'll knock him down below, and you'll notice his broomstick actually landed on the ground over there on the kind of middle right side. So we'll deal with that here in a second. So any second now. Yeah, we're going to pick it up with Leviosa. We also did place one right at the beginning, one of the broomsticks on the massive snowball there at the beginning with Leviosa. It was just kind of lying there. Then over there on the left side, use Leviosa to place that dragon onto the little wagon. Then it'll roll down the hill. Then that'll melt some snow away, which will reveal the 3rd and final broomstick. Fly it over to the snowball, then place it on to the massive snowball Leviosa. Then it'll go flying over to the right, actually opening up this doorway. And before we head through, we sneak over here onto the right and grab some blue studs before heading through, which is going to take us to, you guessed it, one last cutscene. And there we have it. Look at that. Level complete. Free play is now unlocked. Jeez, what a long level, but what a fun one. We had so many lessons we learnt at the beginning, but we sure did have a lot of fun with it. Anyways, True Wizard, we got about halfway there. With that, of course, that was 50,000, which we only got about 24,000. So almost got halfway with that. But again, we'll come back in free play. We'll have multipliers and everything, and it'll be easy breezy, easy peasy cake. Anyways, got one more gold brick added to the collection, and yeah, folks, that's gonna do it. You know what this continue story screen means? That is gonna wrap it up for Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. This was level number 14, Hogsmeade story mode. Got through the level, had some lessons at the beginning, had a great time in the level. Really fun one, really jolly and festive level here. But anyways, folks, that is gonna do it for me for this one. If you've got any sort of questions or maybe some recommendations, feel free to leave them down below in the description. But yeah, folks, also, certainly feel free to like and subscribe, any of that type of stuff. And until the next one, I'll see all of you later. See everybody.